Today continues and concludes the Week in the Life series. I have made $1,072.38 in 30.6 hours this week. We are headed off to McDonald's to take this $7.50 order for 2.5 miles. There is $1 peak pay on DoorDash right now, and so, hey, maybe this could be more than $7.50. All right, I got in there and I could see they were working on their McDelivery order, and they finished it, but they didn't see me at the restaurant. They didn't notice that I walked into the store. And so it's in that scenario, it is okay to politely ask them, like, excuse me, like, that's my order, could I have it? And you can get off to the customer a lot quicker. You guys saw that I was like really questioning if I should take that McDonald's order. Like, I accepted it with like 2 or 3 seconds left on the clock. But I ended up taking it because the mileage was short, but it was bringing me a direction I didn't want to go. And so I was like, man, I don't want to take it. But at least I got $8 for it. And now I got an order that's taking me exactly where I want to go. Mileage is high, but the payout's also high. And I'll be next to a ton of restaurants when I'm done with this. Why do I feel like the timing on some of these orders are just so perfect? I walk in there, I don't see any orders ready, but I ask for the customer's name, and they're like, oh, that's the pizza that's coming out of the oven right now. And the other employee was putting the pizza in the box and was just packing it up. Just one item, which is like really surprising. Like, one item for $13.50. It means they tipped really well, and considering the order wasn't quite ready when I got to the restaurant, like, I don't think the base pay is pretty high either. So this tip is going to be huge on just this one large pizza. Okay, that was just like such a wild experience. Let me tell you about it. So on the map, it looked like I was delivering to another restaurant, which I was like, that's kind of weird, but that happens a lot where you deliver food from another place into a restaurant. I don't know why that happens all the time, but it kind of does. And so I didn't think too much of it. Then the customer sent me like a really long message stating how to get into their apartment building and then to go up to like the 4th floor. And I'm like, wait a minute, this is just very confusing because I thought I was delivering this to a restaurant. They sent me like the name of the apartments, and I'm like, what is that? And so I like look it up, and it's like 15 minutes away. So I've already driven like 7 miles on this delivery, and now I have to drive another like 15 minutes away, like another 4 or 5 miles. I'm like, I don't think this is a good idea. Like, I just contacted support. I mean, I fully expected to have to go deliver it anyway. And so I'm like, all right, like, I'm just going to contact support just to like let them know like what I'm doing. Like, because I know sometimes it's weird when you have to deliver to a different location than what's actually on the app. And so I'm like, this is just strange. So I like called the customer and I'm like, hey, I just want to let you know, like, I am contacting support. And I'm just like going to tell them the situation, and I'll try to get this pizza delivered to you. And he said, okay. He was a little rude about it. He was like, what? I never put that address in. Like, why are you over there? I'm like, I don't know. DoorDash tells me to go somewhere, and I just go there. I chat with support. They say, can I place you on a quick hold? And I'm like, I guess so. But I also called support because I'm like, I'm trying to get this issue resolved. At this point, I started driving to the customer, because I'm like, well, I need to get a head start on this so I can continue with my shift and make the most money that I can. And so I'm like on the road. I'm like, wait, no, I need to pull over because I'm chatting with support and I'm trying to call them. And so like, this is all too chaotic. Let me just pull over. I don't need to be on my phone, like trying to figure all this out. And so I'm like calling them. And then I also get a text from support saying that delivery, that area, those apartments are out of range and you should not deliver that. And I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, I guess I won't deliver it then, because I know that if I don't deliver it, I still get the full guaranteed amount that I saw on the acceptance screen, and the food, I have to dispose of it somehow, which usually ends up not really in the trash can, if you know what I'm saying. I really was not trying to get like a free meal out of this. I was really just, I didn't want to drive 15 minutes there and then 15 minutes back to the hotspot. On the customer support, when I'm chatting with them and over the phone, they were like, yeah, we're going to have to cancel it. And I'm like, okay. I mean, like, it works out for me really well because I get the full guaranteed amount, but like, that does kind of like stink for the customer. I mean, like, whether it was their fault or not, it's just terrible that they don't get their food, but like, I'm sorry, like, I just can't drive an extra 30 minutes just to get $0 extra in pay. And so like, I kind of feel really bad, but like, what else am I supposed to do? All right, well, I did get a Red Robin order for $8.25. The mileage is only about 3.5 miles. I still feel bad that there's just a pizza sitting in my car. It's not like the customer was like a whole city over, like they were just 15 minutes away, but like DoorDash told me I was not allowed to deliver the order. So I guess I really shouldn't feel bad and I should just accept it. All right, I feel like I can finally like think clearly now about my deliveries. And I picked up this one for Benihana for $6.50. There's no more peak pay on right now, which means $6.50 is the magic number to where I could potentially get a hidden tip. And a place like Benihana would be the optimal place to go if you were looking for a hidden tip. So I guess we're just gonna have to find out. This delivery is pretty quick, just maybe like 2 or 3 minutes more of driving and then I'll be at their house. Well, I guess $7 is better than $6.50. Panda Express is up next, over $9, this time on Grubhub, and it should be dropping me off in a pretty good area. That's what I'm most excited about on this delivery. Oh man, we're just having all the issues today. I got to Panda Express and they're like, yeah, we don't have the order. They like double checked, didn't have it. And then I was just like, all right, I'll chat with support. So I was chatting with support and then I was like, if you guys want to make it just so that you're ready to go as soon as you get the order, like here it is, it's just 2 items, it's pretty easy. And then they're like, okay, so they started making it. And then I was chatting with support some more. They called the restaurant and then the restaurant was talking with support, trying to figure this out. The ticket never printed, but they said it was okay if they just handed me the order. And so hopefully the customer gets all of the items that they were supposed to, even though there isn't a receipt to go with it. I've been trying to get decent Uber Eats and Grubhub orders. That Panda Express order was the first at least halfway decent Grubhub order, and then Uber Eats still hasn't sent me anything good, but they have been paused most of the time just because they still don't show me the restaurant, the drop-off location. So I am going to BJ's to pick up this $7.25 order. I got a notification saying there was some sort of peak pay right now, but I haven't seen anything on the app to confirm that that's true. And so it looks like we're just going to assume that there isn't. And yeah, so $7.25 is a good offer. Got a really nice parking spot at the mall where the parking is terrible. And so it looks like we're going to get this delivery done significantly faster. Order was ready. It's just one item, so I would assume I'm just making $7.25 for this delivery. Of course it would be nice to earn more, but there's just no way that's happening. Wow, this whole day has been so chaotic. I am really struggling out here. So that Panda Express order that I got for DoorDash, it was part of the stacked order. So I walked into the store, right? And I was like, I have an order for the customer's name. And they're like, oh yeah, don't worry, I have that one. I didn't have the last Grubhub order, but I'll have this one. And I'm like, okay, that's good. And I was just like sitting there, just watching everything happen. No one was really making my order. I thought it was really strange. Someone finally picked up a receipt and they talked to another employee. And so 2 of them were talking and then they both looked confused. And so they started talking to a couple other employees. So there was a group of like 4 people all just like talking to each other in a huddle. And they were like, I guess they're trying to figure out what to do. And apparently someone already came and picked up the order, which is like kind of normal. It happens somewhat frequently, but like they were all really confused. It seemed like it never happened to them before, and they were like kept asking to see my phone so that they could verify the order number, and then they like checked my phone again to make sure that it was the right customer's name, and they were like, oh, I think somebody already picked it up. We'll remake it right now. But I'm like, I know what I'm supposed to do in this situation. I know that I'm supposed to contact DoorDash support. So it's my second time contacting DoorDash support today and my third time contacting support overall today. And so I just told them like, hey, somebody already picked up the order. And then they tried to call the restaurant. Apparently the restaurant did not answer their phone when DoorDash tried to call them. And then the DoorDash support contacted the customer, and then the customer, I guess, I don't know if they answered or not, but they were able to cancel my order, and I received the guaranteed half pay, which ended up being $5.13 for that one order. But I still have the other order in my stacked order. So I am doing that right now. And actually, when I was on the way, I I got another order for the same restaurant, and I was like, you know what? This could be a hidden tip. Why don't I just go ahead and do it? Like, I don't know, everything just seems so complicated and like so difficult today. But I'm like, I don't know, it could be a good order, so I don't want to pass up on that opportunity. Hopefully both orders are ready, but there's definitely no guarantee on that, so could be a little more frustrating today. All right, wow, both orders were ready, and now I feel kind of bad for that customer that had to wait through all of the Panda Express issues, and so I'm definitely going to go to their house first, and then I will be dropping off to the new customer second. Both of those Yogi's orders ended up just being $6 a piece, no hidden tips there, and because today has just been kind of stressful, not very fun for me to be out here, I am going to call it a day. It just was a bonus for me to come out today because I had already hit my goal for the week, and I was just coming out here because I wanted to make one more video for you guys in this series. On Grubhub, we did just that one order for Panda Express, $9.26. Uber Eats, we didn't do any orders, just nothing was really that good. And then on DoorDash, we did 8 orders if you include the 2 canceled orders for $61.13. In this area that I've been in for the past couple days, it's interesting to note that DoorDash has just been amazing for me, while the other 2 apps really haven't been good at all. In the 2.5 hours that I worked today, I made $70.39 for about $28 an hour, which I still think is very, very good, even though it was probably my worst day of the week. In total for the week, we're working 6 days and about 33.1 hours. We made $1,142.77. I would say that's very good. That is still easily over $30 an hour. And when you factor in all of the work that I do for YouTube, that's definitely over like a 50-hour work week, 60-hour work week. And so like I love coming out here and working about 30 hours a week, and then also spending a lot of time on YouTube to try to make better videos for you. And so if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you've been enjoying the rest of my content, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.